Matthew 6 verse 34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Good morning. Today I've decided to share a verse that is close to my heart, which was just read, Matthew chapter 6 verse 34. This verse has been an important reminder and a great motivator for me on many days, and I hope it will be the same for you as well. So the context in which this was written was in the Sermon of the Mount, one of the lessons recorded in Matthew chapter 5, taught by Jesus. And this specific segment addresses the issue of worrying and anxiety in the context of the decision to choose to obey God and the worries that might come with it. So whether if I obey, will I survive, will I have a food to eat, a house to stay, right, among many other things, which I believe might be of concern to the people who wanted to follow Jesus back then, but had these doubts, had these very pragmatic doubts, which is also applicable to us today, even though it might manifest in a different way, right? So verse 34 is the last verse of this segment, and once again let me read it. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. And so the first point I would like to draw your attention to is this, and this point encourages me, right? That the only thing that matters is today. The only thing that matters is today. I'm sure you heard of quotes like, yesterday is history, tomorrow a mystery, today is a gift. In a very similar vein, Jesus says to take no thought for the morrow. Not that it is wrong to plan, not that it is wrong to have some foresight. He's simply telling us to let go of the excessive worries and anxieties. If you need to plan, plan. But after that, let go and let God. Because we do not know about tomorrow. In fact, we have so little control of what happens in the future. It is instead the present in which we are guaranteed to have. The moment right now, as we breathe, as we live. This is what we certainly have and are blessed with. So instead of worrying and being overly anxious over things that we cannot control, which is mentioned in verse 27, also how it is in vain to do so, that it can't even add a cubit to our stature if we wanted to. We should focus on the things that we can control, which are the choices and the decisions we make in this present moment. Notice also, sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Jesus is telling us that there is enough things to be concerned for today, right now in this moment. We are fighting a spiritual warfare, having each decision and choice contested, right? And if we are not careful, we can give in and fall to the devil. So how can we win a war worried and concerned about tomorrow when life is at stake now? It is simply the daily walking in the light, one decision at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time, that we will get there in the end. And if tomorrow comes, we'll simply do what we have done today, spending all our energy to walk in the light. For the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Another important point I would like to mention is this, that it is only the Christian that can adopt such a perspective. It is only a Christian that is able to go into tomorrow secure, certain, and free from worries, to truly take no thought for the morrow. Because it is only the Christian that is able to fill that huge void of uncertainty with God. Christians obey, and once they do so, they let God do the rest. And yes, of course, we know that God does not promise us smooth sailing. God does not promise that you'll get everything you want. God does not promise a lack of pain, suffering, or tribulations. But He promises that whatever happens, it will all be fine. Romans 8, verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. In fact, in Matthew chapter 6 itself, does Jesus not already affirm the love and faithfulness of God by comparing us as greater than the fowls of the air and the lilies of the field? And also to be told that God knows exactly what you need. In fact, possibly even more so than we would ever know ourselves. And to be told that He will take care of it. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought of things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. This is a blessing only a Christian can enjoy. The security, the comfort, the faith, the strength only a Christian can have as we live in this earth. So let's focus on the important things, not just the material things of clothes and meat and the rest, right? Because life is more than that. Instead, it is to focus on God and Christ, to decide to obey Him daily in all decisions, to seek Him first in this very serious war of our souls, to spend all efforts and energy fighting it today. And as for tomorrow, we'll do the same as what we did today, because we are secure in a God who is behind us. We have no worries, we have no anxieties, because we have one who has already demonstrated His faithfulness and His love to us. That we can say, come what may, and do our best in obedience, pressing to the mark, and letting God do the rest. So take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Thank you very much, and I pray that you have a good week ahead.